The title, so this is Goodbye, doesn't sound very positive. Can you explain the title?
Well, the title is it's the title of a song. It's the first song that I wrote for the record.
Okay.
And at the time, it's actually at a time when I hadn't decided. I wasn't exactly sure that I was going to do that Frank Sinatra. There's a Frank Sinatra cover on the record.
I know.
And I wasn't certain that I was going to do that, but I had this vision in my head about this album, about making this sort of like electronic, I don't know, I was trying to make this sort of like crooner record, this record that was sort of like harkens back to the sort of 50s crooner style.
Yeah, like an electronic crooner record? Or?
Oi, shut it.
All right. So a crooner record?
I also wanted to make this sort of like 1950s like crooner record, and but sort of like with this whole sort of synth side to it, you know.
Yeah.
And it's sort of like it developed sort of listening to some older bands. A lot of actually the band that came out of my mind was first of all Japan,
yeah,
with David Sylvian. And then Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark, OMD, who do both of their records, especially the early OMD records, have this weird, like, they sound like 50s early rock or rockabilly.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
They have this weird croonery style to the vocal. I thought, like, wow, there's this whole genre, this sort of unexplored genre.
Yeah.
You know,
and that was the idea.
Synthetic crooner music.
Yeah.
So anyway, I knew these Sinatra albums like When No One Cares and Point of No Return, which are like the really sad, melancholy albums by Sinatra. And so I thought, okay, I'll do a song that's like kind of an homage to that.
Yeah.
Like a really sort of over-the-top, melancholy kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so the first one I wrote was So This Is Goodbye. And I just thought, yeah, this captures that kind of feel.
Yeah.
And then, you know, we gave it this like weird kind of Larry Heard disco, you know, sort of early acid house kind of feel to it.
And then you did When No One Cares, the Sinatra
Eventually
song.
we did the Sinatra cover, and it was like that tied the whole thing in together in some way. And so I wanted to make the thing. I wanted that Sinatra cover to sound. I wanted that song in particular to be really synthetic sounding. So we used a lot of. That's the song that's like on the album that's like filled with like digital sounds and
All right. Yeah.
you know, we used like the FM synths and stuff like that for that.
Yeah.
So
Okay.